I think that's a good point. That brings up like your fights recently. Like you lost a
Yeah,
tough fight, obviously. Your
for
last
sure.
one. What are your thoughts? I guess after that, have you been watching the playback, or do you just forget about it, or what's the protocol? I guess if there is one.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of just like I kind of when I was in Abu Dhabi, I shed all my tears back there. I left it all back in Abu Dhabi. Like I didn't take it back to the States with me. So I'm very aware of the loss. I know what I did wrong. In that case, I feel like I was a little more conservative, you know. It got the undefeated record. I wanted to like
You got
I
a lot
was
to
like
lose. You got a
yeah,
lot to lose, right?
exactly. I got the undefeated record, you know, and like kind of nervous. And this dude's like big. This dude's huge,
Yeah.
you know. So I'm like, all right, this dude's dangerous. I saw him like put a dude down with like elbows. I got to be careful. And then, a little too much conservative stuff kind of turned into him like, turning it around for himself and getting a few takedowns that secured him the win.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I kind of like broke away from that like safety barrier and I kind of let go a little bit and just said fuck it, I feel like it could have been a different thing, So yeah, I definitely think going into the next few fights, in the future, just saying like fuck it, and
Right.
just
Right.
throwing a little bit and like getting hit a little bit, getting into a little bit of a war,
Yeah. Getting a
but
little
like
that. Yeah.
with a little bit of like, you know, thinking,
Was flying out all the way to Abu Dhabi, was that a big factor? What was that experience like? Because that seems kind of like a surreal thing.
Yeah, it was weird. We had to come in like I think like 10 days uh ahead of time. But it was mainly because of all the testing for COVID you had to do. And initially we landed in Vegas and they'll make you stay you stayed in your room for 2 days in Vegas because you tested as soon as you landed, go in your room, you stay there, and then you could like, train it. Actually, I believe Vegas, you get tested and you're good. But as soon as you get to Abu Dhabi, which was like that 16-hour flight,
Dude.
it was crazy. You test, but like they flew you in like some
Yeah.
people got first class, some people got business, like but business and first are like they're
Right.
still like,
It's better than
on
anything I've had for sure. It's like
I mean, dude, like I fly like cheap flights.
same, yeah.
If I want to go somewhere, like I'm like, dude, like I don't care
That's
about.
Serbian. That's Serbian, bro.
Yeah,
That's
bro. Like my dad will whoop my ass if he found out like I bought like first class tickets somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, like I feel like a dumbass if I buy the
right.
like $20 extra like leg room. You know what I'm saying? I can't even do that because like my body just doesn't allow me to do it.
Right.
But yeah, they fly you out there, dude. Everything is like amazing. Like the plane was like I was able to like lay back in the chair. I was like,
Damn.
what? Like
It's
mind
nicer than my
blown, bro.
bed at home.
Completely. Yeah, I know, right? And we get there and then like 2 days like quarantined in the room, couldn't do anything, had to train in the room as well, which is super weird because it was like marble flooring. So like
Right. You
it
gotta
was
bring your
like
own pads,
super
right? Or no?
well, like they give you two rooms. They give you one room to like sleep in and like do everything, and then the other room was like a full room of like mats
That's crazy.
and like training. So you got two rooms. These rooms are like super expensive. So it's like you could tell like they're taking care of everyone. And dude, this place is like the cleanest place I've ever been to during the quarantine and outside the quarantine. They're like people in like hazmat suits testing you. Like you don't stay here unless you're like negative for COVID. So everybody's like negative for COVID. And they just did it right, and but it was weird because the fights were at like 4 a.m. In Abu Dhabi,
In
they
Abu
were like
Dhabi,
at
4
4
a.m.
a.m.
So you adjusted
Yeah.
their time and then you fight at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, so
That's weird.
we stayed up. So every night we'd stay up like till like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. By that time, like the sun comes up and like we're placed right above like a mini Formula One track. So like, and it was just crazy. Like the first time I got there, I'm like, this is so badass, dude. Like,
Yeah.
we get to go in those cars? And my coach is like, maybe, but we
Yeah.
never got to do that. But these cars are like zooming, like mini Formula One cars that like guests can drive,
Damn.
like, which is crazy. And I'm like, this is awesome. And then 5 a.m. comes around like 2 nights later. I'm like about to go to sleep, and these fucking cars
Oh,
are
right.
like zooming, and it's like, dude, they're loud. They're like, yeah, and they're like, And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, I can't sleep. And fight night comes around. It's like with 2 a.m. we get there, 4 a.m. start the fight. And then right after the fight, you go back to your hotel. And dude, the craziest thing, like I never talked about this, but except it was like with my coaches and my friends at the gym and like people I know, but like I never talked about it like publicly, but it ain't a big deal, but it was just surreal, bro. Unfortunately I lose the fight,
Sure.
congrats to the other guy and respect. And I come back and I'm pissed off, bro. I'm pissed off. I go to the table. The dudes are like, yo, hey, we have to give a piece of your walkout clothing. Like they always put it on auction and they give away, they do it. They give it to charity, that whatever money they make. And I'm like, yeah. And I like take my shirt off, give it to him. I'm pissed off. I don't want anything to do with it. I don't care. Take it.
Yeah.
And I'm walking through here. I put my hoodie on and the whole hotel staff is like lined up. And these people are amazing, bro. The craziest. Like they're so nice. They're so nice, dude. And these people are standing there and they're there to like congratulate the winners, and they got like confetti and they got like liquor and like
Jesus Christ.
they're all lined up. And dude, I'm walking through, I'm pissed off. Like, unfortunately, my teammate lost as well. So like we're both kind of like, that was my first loss. So I didn't know, like that was my emotions were everywhere. And these dudes like start yelling, like, and they pop this confetti, and I'm walking through here, and confetti's like falling on my head, and they're like, "Congratulations!"
No.
They're like, "Champion, champion, champion," and I'm like, "No, dude!" Like, I'm like, "This is not happening." And I'm like, "Dude," I like ignore everything, like straight, like beeline to the elevator. I'm like, I gotta get to this elevator, dude. Like, this is crazy. And this dude like grabs me by the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, like, here, this is for you." Like, they're so nice. He's like, "This is for you." No. And it's like a bottle of some sort of like liquor, because like, and dude, I'm like, I grab it, I throw it away immediately, like, because I'm pissed, dude. Like, I didn't know what it was, but I'm pissed. Like, and this pissed me off even more. I'm like, dude, I can't believe this. And I throw it away. And we get in the elevator and I'm like losing my mind. I'm like, I can't believe this shit just happened. After what initially happened, and we get in the room and like my coach gets a call and they realize like what happened, and I think like the UFC called and somebody from the UFC, and they're like, dude, like these dudes are so sorry about like what they did or what happened. They had no idea. I ain't holding anything against them. I know what they're probably a little confused, plus a lot of them are like foreign, so like they couldn't
tell though. Like, that's the weird. Were you like head down, like upset? Like they still couldn't tell.
I feel like I was pretty clear. Like it's like I'm pissed off. Like if you like
catch a vibe, bro. Catch a vibe.
Yeah. If you see me, you were like, damn, this dude's pissed. Like don't pop that confetti, bro. Like, but yeah, we get there and my coach is like, yeah, it's cool, dude. Like, but like tell him to send some like beer up or something. Like we're hungry. Like send some food. The least you could do is send some food and drinks up here. Right. And the hotel was super nice. They sent some like Modelo's up, like two big cases, and so they made up for it.
That was the Abu Dhabi experience. Did you even leave the hotel or no? Did you get to leave the hotel at any point?
Yeah, so we went to the beach. The beach was cool, but like there wasn't a lot of time in the day. We had to get back, and then we actually went on like a bike ride, which was like, it was kind of like there's a bubble, like then there's portions of the hotel you can't even like go to, and you're able to like ride the bike on the Formula One track, but like we weren't even allowed to do that, so where we could ride the bike was like on the main roads around the resort, but like everything was cut off. So like we went in
quarantine protocol or something, right?
Yeah, 100%. Like everything's shut down. It's like dead.
How hot is it? Is it really hot too?
Oh, dude, burn, like hot. You walk outside, you're like in awe. It's like dry, hot, like crazy. Have you been to Cuba or like Jamaica or Mexico or these places? No. Okay.
No, I was wondering if it's like that because like every Serbian person, bro, goes to like Cuba like at least some point in their life. But
I have heard of people going for sure.
It's a wild time.
I'm not sure, but it was hot. No clouds, clear every day, sun just hitting hard, and it was just